So, different type of video today. Um, this one's gonna be more of a reaction for me. I'm watching I'm kind of late to the game, of course. And if you guys can hear my voice clearly, I finally have a better mic, the Blue Yeti Blackout. But let's get back on topic. So, I'm reacting to the Arc 2 cinematic trailer. Like I said, I'm late to the game. A lot of people have done the reactions. Mine's gonna be simple, short. I'm gonna talk through the whole trailer because I'm pretty sure a lot of people have seen it. If actually, you know what? We'll let the first 4 minutes play. I'll speak right after. For now, enjoy the trailer. Oh, I do not own this clip. This is strictly from IGN's channel. I will leave a link to the video and in the description, and then I'll also leave a link to Ark Survival Evolved's YouTube channel if they have it up there. But yeah, enjoy the trailer, and then we'll talk after. So, you know, overall, oh, I bet it has on autoplay. Yes, it does. Why is that? Actually, no, it doesn't. But either way, let's pause this and actually lower this to about that. Couple questions. From me at least. This creature right here. Can we tame this? Because that would be awesome. Imagine that, like taming just a little army of these little guys and just having them roam around raiding bases. Because this is like one way you could sneak into someone's bases. Have these small ass creatures. Just throw them either on a wall or something. Have them crawl in disguise as plants and let them release like a toxin of paralyze or just a gas that blurs their vision and they don't see you coming in. That would be awesome. Uh, Next thing. One thing I've noticed with the fight scene. Where is it? Come on. Let's pause that actually. Right about when this dude shows up and they start fighting. I'm honestly not a yeah, see that? It's just it just looks weak. It just I mean they worked hard on this trailer, don't get me I'm not trying to shame them, but just this fight just looks dull. It's like it's missing something. You got Vin Diesel, which is awesome. But then everything else just this fight just didn't click with me. And then oh yeah, this is another one. Then when the T-Rex comes in, ah, you know, they had a whole TLC on what the T-Rex's roar was like in sound. This is completely different. So my biggest question is, are we going to be dealing with hybrids now? Because that T-Rex did have hair, like, well, feathers on. Well, let's go back. Quills. It has quills, but if anything, it's it's like another form of feathers, if you ask me, or fur. Either way, we're getting off topic. Are we going to be dealing with hybrids? Because if that's the case, this will be very interesting. Arc 2, where all the dinos are just hybrid dinos instead of just your normal base dinos. I'm pretty sure they'll probably have normal base dinos, but imagine that. Actual hybrids. That could change the game, the survival scene altogether. That would be awesome. Just the way he looks, oh, this is menacing. Like, it really is. But, you know, either way. So, I want to know who this girl is. Who is she to Vin Diesel? Is she the daughter of Vin Diesel or just a new member of the tribe that was born into it? Another thing that I'm curious about for this is we were always the main character of Ark. You created your character, you joined in on a Ark server, or you did single player on your own, or you hosted with your friends. But in here, it's it's Vin Diesel right here. I'm curious as to see, are we playing as Vin Diesel, and that tribe group right there that we were traveling with is with us? Or are we still able to create our own character and we could run into Vin Diesel and his tribe? And there's a mod that's called Bush People, and they're just regular NPCs just running around the whole map. They build, they tame. You could fight them, you could trade with them, you could do whatever. You could even tame them and have them build stuff for you. What I want to know is it going to be like this? Where we could run into Vin Diesel's group in his little village area, if he has one, or they're just nomadic. Or are we going to run into a whole bunch of other NPCs where we can interact with them, we can trade, we can, we could do so much with them. That's what I'm curious to see. Because if that's the case, that will be another game-changing thing. You could do multiplayer with each tribe having their own set NPC group with them, and you could build off that. You could convince more to join your tribe instead of having, because in Bush People you knock them out and then feed them. Where in this case, you would negotiate, or you could do like, trade labor for, you just, something like that. That would be awesome. Let's see, what else do we want to pick off in here? These things. Now, I know Rockwell is the main dude from Aberration, Genesis 1, and Genesis 2. Extinction, I'm not going to count him in Extinction. Yes, he technically did Extinction. He's the one that started it. But he's not the main boss. It was mainly the Titans that just went out of control. But now, in Genesis 1 and 2, Rockwell's main goal was to, spoilers, by the way, his main goal was to, spread the influence of Element and learn more about it and achieve more knowledge and power. What if, as we killed him, or let's just say we didn't kill him, but as we beat him, we didn't really beat him. His influence was just so strong, spreading out Element to everyone that I guess was his test subjects or was close to him, that they turned into these things. These weird, ugly, humanoid dudes. They remind me of the Yetis from, not the Yetis, the, what is it called? From Uncharted 2, there's these other guys, well, I call them guys, but more like creatures that if you eat the sap, you get superhuman strength and all, you could turn into them. But what if this is the case? That right before we beat him, he just does it. He like snaps his fingers and goes off creating these guys, unleashing the entire army to finish off what he started, kill off the rest of everyone, and maybe he does possess one of them. Like the Ark just couldn't handle the overload, and he was able to transfer his consciousness to one of these things. Honestly, I wouldn't do that because it's a rocky road, but either way, he has control over one of them. Makes them so smart that one of these guys, ape, whatever they are, is working on reviving him, but his body, bringing his original body back so that he could finish off what he started. Because that would honestly be very cool. I would like that a lot. And I don't, the main thing is just the creatures. I want to know what, I don't want a few dinos in here because, I mean, if you look at Ark 1, we have a lot of dinos and non-dinos that we could tame. I'm of course going to get Ark 2, don't get me wrong. That's 100% going to happen, but I don't want to run into a situation where there's only a few creatures. Because now you have the time, resources, you can be creative with this. You could really go off. So my biggest thing is, what are they going to do? Are they going to add a bunch of new dinos and hybrids? Because if they make hybrids, that could really be game changer. Where you could run into a few hybrids in the wild, or if you learn the engram to a dino lab, you can create hybrids within that lab and then have them, run out, be, automatically tamed, or, you have to find it in the wild, something like that. But I do want more creatures to be able to tame. Ones that are like, oh, this is useless, so I'm not going to, I want each creature to play a very important role within the survival. Because, the main thing about Ark is surviving. And in order to survive, you got to tame these creatures. Either one for protection, or if you need more wood, they're the best wood gatherers, or berries, etc. But that's the main thing. Is the fun of it is taming the creatures. If you die from it, then you respawn, and you gotta run back, get your stuff, try to trank it, or however it is you're trying to tame it. That's the best part. But if you're only seeing, let's just say, 10 creatures over, and it's going to get really repetitive. To defeat that would be, since you can't not many people play PvP. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I'm sorry. A lot of people play PvP, but I know I don't. I used to. It was just too much for me because if I join a server that's already well developed, I can't do anything. I remember I joined one server. I was doing good. I built a whole stone base on the island. I was getting some tames. I had 2 Rexes. They were gonna breed, but every base I went to and that was near me was tech. I was screwed. I couldn't. There was no way I could damage them. I couldn't do anything. So my main question for here is, yes, of course, I'm pretty sure they're gonna allow PvP regardless, but give us the option that if we play single player or with friends, that each tribe that we have, aka, you know, like this person, like Vin Diesel's tribe, where we can go to war against each other. Like this group, like let's just say this is my group, and then this is my friend's group. We could just fight each other. Yes, PvP, but with friends. Or this is me and my friend's tribes, and these are NPC tribes around us, and we could fight or align ourselves with these tribes. I think that would be perfect. That would be the best thing they could have and would have ever done in Ark. And it's, that's if they listen and attempt that. And maybe, they can't. Then okay, fine. Because I would love to see like a full-on war. Like, what if I was able to take or gather a bunch of these NPCs? Like, hey, join my tribe, join my tribe. I build my tribe big enough to where I can see big clashes and just, you know, my army versus the NPC army. But my army is also riding some tames, some are not riding tame dinos. But the enemy also has the same thing. We could raid each other's like lands, buildings, castles, however we decide to build and however it goes. But I think that could be great. And then for the boss fights, I don't know what their plan is, but they got to be real unique with this now. Because it just, with the boss fights, even on the island, it's, Spider Dragon, Spider Ape Dragon, and then Overseer. Scorched Earth, Mana Core only. What was after? Sorry. Memory's kind of, yeah. Aberration, Rockwell. And that, I never beat Rockwell on Aberration. It's honestly hard because the map is just, it's not layered. And so, to me, that's not going to happen for me. It's a hard map. After that, Extinction. Desert, Ice, Forest Titans. And then, once you beat all of them, King Titan. I still have yet to beat him. My friend has, but either way, that was the boss fight was amazing. Same as the Rockwell. Rockwell, like I said, I never beat, but I've seen videos on the Rockwell fight. I've seen videos on the King Titan fight. Those look like amazing boss fights. And with the Extinction, I feel like they should implement the same thing where we should be able to tame the bosses. We should have a chance to, at least. And then use those bosses to fight the main, use the sub bosses to fight the main boss. That'd be awesome. Just like Extinction. You had the other Titans, you fight the King Titan. You can't tame the King Titan, but you can fight it with the other Titans. Or you can use the mech suit. That would be awesome. But they gotta do something with these boss fights. They gotta make it more unique. There's also the motor boss fight from Genesis 1. I never beat Genesis 1. I touched it here and there, but never delved into it because I'm waiting for I have a survival series right now called the Bro Isles, and gotta wait till that's finished so we could go to Genesis and, do all that. But what they did with Genesis was great, I think. They added missions, they did a lot to it. So, with the motor fight, it was just Motor, then her eels. Kill the eels, you anger Motor, Motor comes out, and you fight Motor with whatever water tames you have. I feel like in this should be a little more unique, in my opinion. Like everyone's gonna be like, oh, but it isn't unique. You have an underwater boss, and I'm like, No, don't get me wrong. After watching so many playthroughs, I loved it. It's like I was actually there. Same thing with actually, playing it. I love playing it. But it's like, it just, after some time, you do hit that point where it's like, it's not unique. And I think it's because with the boss fights, you, whatchamacallit, you have to gather all this stuff, bring it to the obelisk and all. I think what it should be is, if you and your tribe are all at this level, you can enter the boss arena. You can summon the boss to your location and you fight it with your tames. Or it spawns randomly in the world somewhere and you have to go find it. Because then having to, go loot caves to grab the artifacts. Now, don't get me wrong, it's very fun. But at times, if the cave is a hard cave, it's going to be annoying. So, I want to know what they do about that. What else? The flyers. I wish there was a lot more to do with them. Like in early Ark, you were able to increase the movement speed of certain creatures. Well, of all creatures actually, including the flyers. Oh, actually, I didn't even notice this. You have some creatures over here. Yeah, what the heck? I never even noticed that. But it seemed like they kept the same sound. But I want the pteranodons to be known for something other than their fast, skinny flyers that can't really carry a lot. Like it should be like if you have 3 of them and you fly, you can automatically set up like a V formation in the sky and break through, and you will stay in formation. That would be cool. You know, just something kinky. I say kinky, like what? But no, something cool. Because I want each creature, like I said before, in Ark to be very unique and very special. Because at that point, I'm just going to tame certain creatures that I want. aka Rexes, Uties, um, Abrano for berries and wood, and Thatch. Well, Thatch I could tame a Thuri, but that's just difficult. But I want to be able to tame more creatures. Like, I want to tame all creatures. Like, oh, hey, we need this stuff, so let's tame a snail. Not only to get cementing paste, but to get some other substance. Like, I feel like that's what we need. But, hey, that's that's my thoughts so far on the whole cinematic trailer. Like I said, I don't own the clip. This is strictly Ark's video, Ark Survival Evolved's trailer, cinematic trailer. It's on IGN's YouTube channel from the Game Awards. I will leave a link in the description to both IGN and Ark Survival Evolved. The music, that's not me. I don't own the music. It's part of the trailer. Yeah, that's my whole review on it. It's like I said, I don't do videos like this. There might be some here and there. It's a pretty long review, honestly. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe.